Nice vest. Oh, I thought it said the nerd. Oh, the herd's good too.
Moo and welcome to the Pinktron. Good evening, good afternoon, good night, good morning, whatever it is. I am here. I am joined by Steve Pritchard. Steve, what are you drinking?
I'm on the Impossible Pale Ale. Trying to avoid drinking too much at the moment, but yeah, it's really tasty this one. Nicer cold than warm, but that's true of a lot of beers, isn't it?
It is. Okay. Steph Etienne? We just finished calling the hair race. What are you drinking?
At this point, you probably don't need to ask, but Phantom.
Excellent. We got to work on that sponsorship. We're also joined by John Keenan. John, what are you drinking?
Suppose it's Fanta lemon adjacent. It's just whatever was left over in the drink bottle from race one.
Okay.
It was too short to finish off the second bottle.
It is a fast and furious race on that one with 3 laps. Also, Sean Fogenberg. Sean, what are you drinking?
Boring grapefruit LaCroix.
Okay. I am Craig Martin. I am drinking 13 Barrels Brewing Tall Tales IPA, based on what I expect we're going to hear out of Steve and John for the post race from the Herd Autumn Race Experience. You guys both did race one in C. How was it?
Yeah, it was harder than D, which is what I expected. Uh, so yeah, I decided to race Uppercat and then foolishly did the velo adjusted thing on SwiftRacing.app and saw that I'm actually quite close to John on this one on velo adjusted. That was not borne out by the legs on the course. I was quite close to John for lap one.
Yeah, it's like everybody had the same race plan. It was like sit in, go hard on the little bumps, regroup, sit in, go hard on the little bumps, and then yeah, just keep hammering it on the downhill to the finish. We kind of dropped 4 or 5 people on the last couple of times up the S's. And then yeah, I think the top 20 were within just a few seconds of each other. 24:15 to 24 25 20, yeah, like a minute, within a minute of each other, top
Yeah, it's
20.
pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I guess it was interesting watching because we didn't watch much of the A race, but the B, C, and D races all played out very differently.
Oh,
So the D race, I think it was 6 guys went super hard out of the pen, and basically, uh, it was those six, and there were I think 20 of them. So
yeah,
yeah, they dropped most of the rest of the field right away. And the B race was a pretty big pack, and there were I think 3 guys from OTR, Leadbelly, Dan Manello, and what's his name?
uh,
Hess. But those 3 guys and a couple others seem to really want to push the pace and kind of attrited. They by halfway through the race, I think they were down to 7.
yeah, yeah. And the Ace was basically mainly stayed together with each other. Apparently, scorekeeper had a disconnect or some technical issues were forced him out of the race, and Bart van der Leden at the end just TT'd away from a group of 6, 7 people and was never seen again.
As Bart does. Um, yeah, so I mean, you're right, John. That is kind of the default plan that most of us will have is sit in as much as you can, so you have as much to go when it's hard as possible. Yeah.
No overlap. That's unusual. I guess it was a scratch race, so nobody was really hitting it super hard. But the B's in 36 minutes, the C's in 35:14, and the D's in 35:26. So
Yeah, you caught the C's caught the D
Yeah.
riders one. I think one of them survived at the end through the volcano when you went
Yeah.
sprinting up the volcano.
Yeah, so the C group passed the D group. Yeah, and the one rider hung on. Um, but the B's didn't catch the C's and the A's didn't come close to catching the B's.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Was
think it was mainly because the D's were pretty bunched up. It was like 20 to 25 people, big group, and the B's, I think they also got fairly early on, got split into smaller groups. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that is probably the reason. No, very good. Yeah, so I guess I think I'm gonna do this one. I'm not going to be I don't know, as ambitious as Steve. I don't think I'm gonna race this one up in B. I'm gonna take my chance and race it in C. Um, so yeah, I'll probably do that Saturday morning for me. Um, yeah, it's good fun.
Bike choice. I mean, I went with disc wheel. Was about the only that John and I were chatting about this beforehand, but I genuinely don't think it makes much difference between that and the all-rounder wheels.
So I think if I were you, Steve, I would have gone for the DT Swiss 65s, the non-disc, because like yeah, you're going fast, but you're also in the draft, and the spots where you're going to get dropped are a couple relatively steep uphills.
Mm.
So that's probably what I'd do if I was just hanging. If I was going to race it in B, that's what I'd do. In C, I'll probably go with the SL8 with the new discs. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
where you're in your category. If you're at the bottom end, to use a more all rounder to give you the advantage to hang on those bumps.
I'm forgetting what the current situation is with the Tron. I waffled with the idea and then I couldn't remember what the Tron's good at anymore. So I just stuck with
The Tron is really almost identical to the SL8
okay.
and the discs. It's just very slightly slower both uphill and on the flat. So
Okay.
if you don't have those real the new disc wheels, it
Hmm.
the Tron is the best probably for
Okay.
this. If you're trying to win it. I guess that's the thing. Like I think the non-disc and SL8 or Canyon or whatever is probably the best if you're trying to hang on as long as possible. If you're
Yeah,
trying to win it, I think you want the Arrow, the disc wheels or the Tron.
when you're fighting it out for 15th place,
Yeah.
it matters a little differently. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so if that's that, we are on to herd beginner racing. What is the beginner race this week, Steve? You promised you'd look it up.
Fan flats. So it's 3 laps of fan flats for the top two categories, 2 laps for the bottom two categories.
If on companion app, it says 1 lap for the two bottom categories, which seems a bit on the lower side, but
Yeah.
We might want to check that with Nate because he says 3 and 2 on the blurb on the Facebook page.
Okay.
yeah,
We still have time to fix it, so we'll
yeah,
double
yeah.
check. Yeah.
but it's essentially then 4 or 3 laps because the lead-in is basically essentially 1 lap. Anyways, with fan flats, it's about the same distance as the actual lap, and it's the flattest, basically the flattest, one of the flattest routes in the game. So yeah,
Yeah, the only thing flatter I think is Tempest Fugit. So
I don't know even if that's flatter, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. I think yeah, draft, and sprint.
yep.
And even if you can't sprint, I don't think there's much you can do because there aren't really. There's a small draggy bit, but I don't think you can. As we tried on ladder, you can't break people there.
Go
I
really
would
hard at
almost
the
say that
roundabout.
that's not where you want to break somebody. Like you almost want
Yeah,
to right before that, like somewhere after you pull away from was it Monument, you've got that you've got that left turn and then you go downhill. I think if you were trying to go super long, you'd probably go there, hit it hard enough to get a gap, and then stay hard away and hope that the everybody else kind of looks at other people to try and close it.
Either that or I'd hit it really hard just as you hit the cobbles. So you get that little
Yes.
wiggle
Yeah.
before the roundabout. I'd hit it really hard
yeah,
with what's and I think this is as someone who I don't have a great sprint, like it's but I have done the panache attack on the bullseye a couple of times to success.
Yeah.
If you go with what sprint you've got and get the gap, it's all about how quickly you can get back to threshold/tempo and
yes,
make
yeah,
the folks
yeah,
behind you do the work. Like
yeah.
that's the key. So yeah, go there, go at the roundabout. If you are sprinting, it's like the second tree after you go around the hairpin is probably the point you want to go. So
Oh. Oh.
you go at the hairpin, do you, Greg?
A little before.
It depends how long of a sprint you have in your legs. I
Yeah.
think
Well, and yeah, because so I'll go from there if I'm tail gunning.
I was going to say everybody else is at the second tree. Craig just hasn't hit the hairpin yet.
Yeah, you're not always wrong. But no, it's there's something for going early on this one because it's really if somebody gets the gap and you lose their draft, it's tough to get them back because they've got speed. So once you get the speed up, somebody has to go get going faster than you to catch you once you get so they're out of your draft. So I mean that's the allure of going early, right? Um, yeah,
Easy bike choice, fastest aero, most aero thing you have.
yes.
so. When we talked about it, if you have the Tron, you can use it. That's
Yeah, this is it. Or the disc wheel if you've got it.
yeah,
Canyon Arrows next, it and the
yeah.
fastest wheels you've got. If you're as far as I think that's the fastest, the first fastest bike you're going to get, and it is, I think, if not the fastest, it's very close as far as those goes. I think it is the fastest. Okay. So that's that. Next we have the Stampede Challenge, and we are into it with Flatland Loop. I need to do an update, but yeah, that's our route. So McCurry Islands, it's pretty flat, but not as flat as the name implies.
That's it. It's an I mean, as Zwift Insider said, it is the course I thought it was. It's roughly a course of thirds, isn't it? You've got a flat bit, a
Yeah,
climb, and then the descent back down.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean that descent
interesting.
back down isn't very long, but
Interesting one to pace.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good TT. So
Mm.
so that brings us to the news.
Craig sounds
What
really
news?
excited. There basically is no news that's really exciting. Zwift have done an update. If you've got a jet black trainer, you can get the jet black kit in game now.
Yay!
Okay.
I don't. We were going to talk about some of the Zwift Unlocked stuff. You can now go the other way around London, that you couldn't before. I couldn't work this out looking just before we pressed record on Zwift Insider whether I think this makes a good course or not.
So which route is that are we talking about now?
I think it's
What's it called? London.
Calling.
London Calling.
London Calling. Okay.
That's it. There we go. Yeah, I can't work out which way you go, and I'm pretty sure with London you only really want to go up the little climby bit anyway. So
Yeah. So I
uh,
mean, this week it is um
Tropic Rush or something
yeah,
like that.
Tropic Rush and Dundash.
I've done the Dundash route in the group ride format. Pretty short, punchy route with you start at Scotland, Bands, not in the city, and then go to Glasgow reverse, up to Breakaway Bray, up to Sker, asphalt side, and you finish on it. So it's 12 kilometers. So as I said in the pre-recording, it's too short for HWR. It's probably going to be too short for ladder races as well, but can be used as a short, punchy course for other races.
Yeah. Now,
Also, it can be used for an interesting points race. Maybe it's a short
Yeah.
one, but still.
yeah. So looking at Tropic Rush, which is the long group ride for this week, and that would be a very interesting HSRL route, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, start up in Neokio, Tower Sprint, Alley Sprint, Railway Sprint, then down through the Slot Canyon, up to the Shisa Sprint, then
Back up through the
back up through the
caves.
caves, through the Castle Park Sprint, then up the Rooftop KOM,
And then another sprint
and
potentially,
then
or is
Alley
that just a
Sprints.
railway,
Yeah,
or
then
is that
Alley
just a
Sprint.
railway?
Yeah.
But maybe the railway sprint that doesn't count. I can't.
No, I think
I
that's
don't know.
Tower. No, it's Tower Sprint Reverse. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's Tower Reverse. Maybe. That doesn't look right.
No, I
Anyway,
think it.
regardless,
I
we'll figure it
think,
out later. But
yeah, I
that's
think,
a
It's the
pile of
railway.
sprints. It's the climb to the
yeah,
caves and rooftop KOM. I think that's at 40K. That's a on the harder side HSRL route and probably a pretty good one.
yeah. Nate also suggested in our group chat next week's long race with also a bunch of sprints and segments all around the What's of the Wild. But yeah.
Yeah, that one looks interesting too. About the same, yeah, about 42K. What's that? One, two, three,
Bit
five
of
segment.
everything.
Yeah, five segments at least, maybe more. Yeah, no, that would be an interesting one too. Um,
Scotland after party looks great.
Yeah. Yeah.
does it? I'm not sure.
Champions, 3 lots of champion sprint, and what I'm guessing is uh That's the
Like,
forward way through the com and then finishing up the skirt after 3 laps.
what on earth is that? So they're saying champion sprint, but
Yeah, no, yeah, it's
it's
champion
not
sprint, but
champion
it's
sprint. You're going the reverse way. Yeah.
yeah, you're going through the banner, but it's yeah, you don't do the sprint, but
So you
Yeah.
don't get a sprint. You might get
No, so
a
it's only so it's the Clyde reverse segment, which is
yeah,
I mostly flat. It's
yeah,
almost net flat. It goes up
yeah.
and down a couple times. So you've got the Clyde kicker reverse segment 4 times, and then Sker Summit North, I think.
It might be it might be interesting. Not we do it anymore, but Bullseye seems interesting on his scores
Oh,
uh,
oh,
with
that's diabolical.
yeah. I know, but
Um, yeah,
because
double
with
points
that
on that KOM. Yeah.
yeah, with that glide kicker, you have that small kicker before the segment even starts to maybe potentially break. I don't
Yeah,
know.
so I
I mean,
think unless they did so if they did a um Glasgow crit reverse segment, then that might work.
for,
But
for the sprint,
I don't think it would work on scoring because I don't think there's a segment that we could score on for
but
laps. Anyway, we could figure something out. But yeah, yeah, there's some interesting race formats that Scotland After Party could work for sure. Anyway, yeah. So the thing was Zwift Unlocked. It's a bunch of new routes. It is the long route and short route are in a group ride, and the short route every week is the Zwift rate, the Zwift HQ race. So that is replacing Z Racing for this time period. 2 months, I
yeah,
think.
yeah. But as a reminder, people still use the group rides because they are way bigger in numbers as races anyway. As
Yeah, and I will join the group rides and I will late join them and use coffee
yeah,
breaks just to make the people that race them go mad.
no, 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 no. But it was fun to see in my, I think in my the route that I did, the guy that quote unquote won it was Ruben Dont, who is yeah esport pro, and then Gerben from the YouTuber guy. So yeah, people still. I can see the appeal because I think NorCal did a video where he did that race, and there were
Yeah.
like 8 people in it, and in my group rides you have 100, 200 people, so I can see the
Well,
appeal to quote
so
unquote race it. But
so
yeah,
Steph, some of that is time zone. So NorCal is in the Pacific time zone, and
yeah,
evening time slots, no matter what, are pretty they're, they're pretty sparse.
okay,
Even ZRL usually is 1 or 2 divisions per category, all the way
yeah,
up
okay.
and down. So, yeah,
And that's mostly Australia and
One,
New Zealander folks.
yeah,
I don't know where I saw it. I think it was on Facebook somewhere. Um, one little piece of news is that there has been a little leak of at least the map. So it doesn't have the background, but it does show where the roads go for the new routes for New York.
yes, I saw that.
And it is, so we had speculated a little bit on how that was going to work. And it does seem like it's going to have, you're going to be able to ride around New York, at least some.
Yeah,
So, uh, and it looks like on the route list for the run, there's something called Times Square, something or other.
Mhm.
Um, so it does look like it's not just going to be you have to ride around in subways to get over to Prospect Park. It's going to be taking you through at least some cool city sections that, I would expect Times Square to be really cool in the New York map.
You would hope.
Probably kind of Neokio-ish.
Yeah. Is it going to be like neon guys in Elmo suits or like,
One would hope.
We can dream.
Maybe
We can dream.
maybe a bikini cowboy playing a guitar.
Yeah. Maybe we get the Portland unicyclist with the Darth Vader.
The Unipiper.
Unipiper, yeah.
Yeah. The Unipiper needs to be in game
memorialized.
somewhere. I don't know where, but yes.
No. Scotland, maybe. But
The Unipiper could go to Scotland. Yeah. It does seem like a very Glasgow feel, actually.
yeah.
So yeah,
that'll be
I'm
great.
pretty excited
That'll be
about New York becoming more than just Central Park.
Yeah.
It does have the possibility to have some cool variety, especially given that they, have the glass roads, so there are some climbs to go along with the rolling and the flats and everything else that we would expect.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I'm looking forward to some new roads, new scenery.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it's not a lot, I don't think, but it's something
30K.
new. Yeah. It's something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. More variety.
Yeah.
And you ride it both directions, so it's really 60K.
Sure. If you want to look at it that way, I guess. No, it's good. I'm definitely not opposed. And for all the complaint about big climbs, and it would be fun to have maybe one more big climb. I don't do Ventop very often. I don't do the Alp very often. I have started doing the climb portals more often, and I think I'm liking it.
But do you do the long ones, or do you wait until there's a 20-minute-ish?
Exactly.
No, I do some of each. John and I
Okay.
actually ended up meeting up on one, completely
right
randomly.
at the top. Yeah.
So John caught me. He was going faster than I was that day.
For whatever reason. Yeah, I look at it, I enjoy the climb portals, but like I looked at it, I don't know, last week, and I saw Mount Fuji was on there. I'm like, oh, iconic. How long is that? Oh no, that's far too long.
That's a couple hours.
I am not going to do that.
Honestly, I think this is why they haven't put it in Makuri.
I know.
Is that yes,
all of us are going to do it
really
once.
Cool.
All of us are going to do
like
it once.
30K or something of a climb.
Yeah. It'd just be a Ventop in Neokio or something. Yeah.
We don't plug competitors, but if I would do that, I would, because of my Ruby subscription, I will probably do a climb there, so I have some scenery, some
something
ARs
to look at.
Yeah, something to look at.
Yeah, well, I will say, that's where it would be cool to have a third iconic climb in-game in Zwift. Right now, it's Alpe d'Huez, Alpe d'Huez, and Ventoux.
Innsbruck?
Yeah, so Innsbruck is the other one as far as a real climb that is that was a stupendous World Championships.
And, it was. And it doesn't get used a ton, but it does that one get used in Tour of the Alps sometimes, I think so.
Can be, but I don't know. I don't think they mostly do other climbs. I don't think they do that big Innsbruck climb that often in pro racing.
No, they don't. But it's iconic because it was the World Championships.
Yeah, of course.
That was a heck of a.
And I mean, I personally think that Bologna is just as iconic a climb. That's an amazing climb.
That's fair. And the scenery and graphics and everything are there. It's terrific. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one that's been used many times. Yeah,
Yeah.
And I mean
in the
that
World
like
Tour. Yeah,
every year the Giro
Yeah.
dell'Emilia.
Yeah.
So
Was it?
actually, was it this last Saturday? That was my
Yeah.
and my actual problem with it is that it's hard to. I don't think that you can even plan a meetup there, so you can't just get in.
no, you can't.
Oh,
Yeah, you're right.
No.
That is the
No.
problem. You can't just ride it to ride it. You have
And
to do it in
so
an event.
I went to my plan for Saturday was to do like I think they do 5 or 6 ascents of it in the final of Giro dell'Emilia, and I was gonna do as close as I could to getting. I was gonna do 4 or 5 ascents at sweet spot threshold,
Yeah.
just as my workout for the day. They do 5, um, but couldn't get in there.
Yeah, I think when we did it last, I think with HSRL, one of the weeks, I did it 2 times, one on the Friday evening and then on the Saturday afternoon. And Saturday afternoon, I just did the TTT and then did also 2 or 3 more laps, just as a zone 2, and then up the climb with a tempo to sweet spot space. Yeah.
Honestly, this is one of those things that I wouldn't mind if they expand. Like, you know, that would be cool if they expanded this so that you could do laps of it like they do in Giro dell'Emilia, where they go down the other side of the climb,
mm,
descend, come back
Yeah.
around, and like the descent goes immediately back up into. There's like a little rolling bit on the top. They descend, they come down, and when the descent hits the bottom, it basically goes right back up.
oh
Um,
wow.
Yeah.
that would make actually some pretty interesting racing. Although this climb is so steep that it really is just like how strong are you?
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, as a TT, as I've said many times, it is a beautiful pacing problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yeah. There's so many ways to pace it. How hard you go on the flat? How yeah. It's the roughly half the amount of time on the flat, half the amount of time on the climb makes it is what makes it so good. So yeah, it's really good for those of us in that, kind of low A to high C range
Yeah, and why is
that
it not
way.
available anymore? I don't get that because there
It's
are
just
events.
It's never been
it's just an
available. Yeah.
event only world.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
but there are
problem.
event-only worlds you can do meetups in that are more recent,
So
aren't there?
So
Crit City, you can create a club event. You can't create a club event on
Club event.
Bologna.
Okay.
So
okay,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so I just checked now
Okay.
because I was like, wait, can you create a club event in Bologna? And you cannot.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Or
And I mean like
that that
there's
thing.
literally 9 events in the next week uh in Bologna.
Yeah.
Mm,
Uh none
Yeah,
of which are really at times or on days that I would like to ride it. Like
yeah.
it
That does
is
sound like Bologna might be the November Stampede Challenge. So
yeah.
You go.
my yeah, well, because I remember when we did it in our challenge or in HSRL. I remember some people saying, "Oh, nice, I can do it because I can't
yeah.
get it. I can't find an event for it anywhere."
Yeah. Swift HQ used to do it was like
Yeah.
a Tuesday TT event, and they
Yep.
did it 2 or 3 times. It was only like 3 time slots, and it would pretty much rotate between Bologna and Tempus Fugit.
Yep.
but that's been gone for years, I think, for a couple of years now.
Eh.
Yeah. No, anyway, I'm fine. It's all good. Um,
Uh, yeah, and maybe if we're talking of, I was about challenges because Sean mentioned it. He was interested in a click in a kilometer TT. It seems possible now because I saw Velos does a kilometer TT event now, one of the clubs. So it should be possible now.
it's possible. It's rough. So
Okay,
I was looking at it. It is possible. It does work, but the results on Zwift Power are wonky.
okay.
Yeah.
I, I think one of them was on Tempest Fugits, so that might be one way. And I think one of them did basically the first kilometer of the Vento group, which is
Yeah.
basically a
That's
climb
That's
TT.
terrible.
yeah, that's horrible. It's not even really that far uphill. It's
Yeah,
okay. That's an interesting choice.
yeah, no, but I saw it. It was basically.
Uh,
Yeah, other news. There's much news for the women there. There's a Tour de Andraste 3 days race series or staged race next weekend for the women to a hilly points race on the Friday on Innsbruck County. So basically, I think it's probably FAL on the Innsbruck KOM reverse, and then points race on the Saturday on Coast Crusher, and scratch race on Magnificent Eight. So for all the women out there, chance to have an event for you as a, and it seems only one time slot, which is basically evening for us in Europe. And but the Hilly TT has done an extra time slot for 7 p.m. Eastern.
No.
Well,
So,
so
thank you for telling me about this Velos Click 1K challenge because I think I'm gonna start doing this.
you're welcome.
Even the first kilometer of Ventop, like it's gonna be under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I was looking at some
Sean,
of
you're
the
talking
results
about
just
these
now.
you're talking about loving these 1 to 2 minute races, and I feel like I need to say to you, I think might
BMX.
you might really enjoy BMX racing.
I think I would really enjoy track racing. Is really what.
Track is where I was going with
I,
it.
I was
Yeah.
just, what's the difference
Yeah.
between track sprinting and BMX?
Uh,
Well, BMX, you're on a
Standing
slope at the
start.
beginning. Yeah.
They're both standing start.
uh,
So track
Yeah,
sprinting
but
and BMX both standing start.
I
you have to pedal all the time in track. You don't have to do that
yeah,
Fair.
in BMX.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
and it's
you're busy all the time. Trust me.
Yeah, I know,
yeah.
but
I don't think you're wrong. I do think I would enjoy it. I also, your many falls have not
To be fair,
not
there
given me.
haven't actually been many falls. There was
Yeah.
the one shoulder breaking and a couple other minor events, and that's over 6 years.
Track racing
are
does seem more controlled. Like, well, our velodrome is a concrete velodrome, so that terrifies me a little, but
It doesn't matter, John.
it
I was
doesn't,
about to say,
if you hit the ground, it's, yeah,
wooden velodromes are, I think, also dangerous with
Yeah.
yeah.
whatever.
So guys talk about paved corners and well, for BMX. Like it doesn't matter whether it's concrete, dirt, mud, whatever surface it is. If you go down, you're down, and it's
If
gonna
you're
hurt.
going 30 miles an hour, it's gonna hurt.
And
Yeah.
sometimes you are. And good God, the pros and
I'm thinking
even
more
the
the
junior.
sandpaper effect of just like
What?
grinding off your layer of skin.
Well, I mean, just wear something. But
Yeah.
like even the junior elites on the 8 meter hill, it's just insane watching them how fast they go and how high they go off those next jump, or not how high, but because they're trying not to go high.
Yeah.
They're sucking it
Keep
up.
the wheels
Yeah.
on the ground.
Because if they launch, actually, I watched. There was a guy at the Glasgow World Championships that accidentally launched off the first jump, and like you just saw like everybody else is going here, and then he's like way up here. He's lost a pedal, so he's got one foot out to the side in the air.
No.
It was no, it was unbelievable. He managed to land it on one foot. Didn't even
Didn't
crash.
face plant. Wow.
And he's lost the race, but
Yeah.
that recovery was worth almost as much as winning that semifinal he was in.
Hmm.
I remember was funny. I remember seeing like a Facebook clip. I think people are so trained to the BBB because I think he was in the box, so behind the. And normally with the BBB, the gates fall off, but I think somebody did beep 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 sound, and the reflection was go start, but of course the barrier didn't drop, so we went over the barrier. Yeah,
So
because you're
on
you're
that
probably
Steph,
so inclined.
yeah. So no, it's not just that. It's you start moving on first sound,
Yeah.
so it's a random start.
Yeah.
So it's riders ready, watch the gate, random pause, beep 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 beep, and the gate doesn't drop until the long beep. So there's beep 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 as your cautionary before the gate actually dropping. So on that first movement, everybody is launching. So they are
Loading.
they're launching their center of gravity forward so that they are forward of the bike, and you get that angle between your center of gravity and the rear wheel as far forward as possible. You're hitting it perfectly so that your front tire is moving forward just as the gate drops, and you never touch the gate.
Yeah.
So I saw that clip. I've seen multiple clips where things go wrong with gate starts. There was one, nobody was filming. It was at the time that like the fastest race at our track most weeks would have been the 17 to 20 experts. So those kids are fast. And the Nepean racetrack in Ottawa, there's train tracks that go right along the side of it. So while these guys are in the cadence goes, riders ready, watch the gate, and you would not believe it, but the train blows its whistle at that exact moment, and they all go. Like they're wired at that point, and they all go. Every one of them hits the gate. One guy stays up. He rolls around. The track director, quite properly, said, "No, we're going to rerun that race. Take 5 minutes, and then we're going to rerun that race." And but it's that train whistle, because they were ready and wired to go on first sound, and it was just boom, and they all went. So somebody faking the gate noise is
diabolical.
That's a beating.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, no, all good. Do we have any other business?
I don't think so.
Watch if you are a listener and are interested. A announcement should be coming out in the next I don't want to say this weekend, but in the next few days on the Herd Club Championship, which we may rebrand. So the plan is for it to include the last hare race. So
Okay.
that is next weekend.
Stage race as of sorts, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, it's yeah, and that's actually one of the. I've kind of pushed. You know, maybe we call this the tour of the herd, and and go with that. Yeah, but
I was wearing my herd vest this week, and somebody says, "Nice vest." Oh, I thought it said the nerd. Oh, the herd's good too.
Yeah, so I've been wearing my herd jersey multiple times. Hey, wait, that's the herd like on Zwift? Like, yes.
That's us.
Yeah, and one of those was actually I was wearing it for wearing my long sleeve jersey uh, for BMX racing, and somebody in staging knew the herd on Zwift. So yeah,
we're a legion.
So I think that is our show for this week. Thank you to Sean Vogenberg. Thank you, John Keenan. Thank you, Steph Etienne. Thank you to Steve Pritchard, who's not here right now, but still fine, we assume. Moo, and good night.